My best friend ran into class screaming, "There's a drive-by shooting happening at the front gates right now. Mr. Smith's wife Sheila has more holes in her than Swiss cheese." Mr. Smith's head whipped around so fast I heard his neck crack. "Oh my God, my Sheila!" He sprinted out the door before anyone could blink, left his decaf coffee still steaming on the desk. The whole class sat there in silence. Nobody moved. I knew Sheila. We all did. She taught English in the building next door. Sweetest woman alive. The kind who remembered every student's name. The kind who brought homemade cookies every Monday to make the worst day of the week a little brighter. Sirens soon started wailing outside, red and blue lights washing through the windows. The principal's voice crackled over the intercom. Full lockdown. Nobody leaves their classroom. I pushed through the crowd at the window. Ambulances everywhere. Police cars blocking the gates. And Sheila on a stretcher, covered in blood, not moving. Mr. Smith was on his knees in the parking lot, screaming her name over and over. She was the only one hit. Why? Then my phone buzzed. "Mom, why is your cousin Darnell on the news? They're saying he was involved in a shooting." My blood went cold. Darnell was my older cousin. We'd hated each other since childhood. Hadn't spoken in months. Police flooded the building within minutes. Everyone quarantined. I kept refreshing the news on my phone. Sheila was in critical condition. 2 suspects had fled the scene. One identified as Darnell, but the actual shooter was still unknown. An hour crawled by. Then an officer appeared at our door and pointed at me. "We need to speak with you." My legs were shaking as I walked to the principal's office. 2 detectives were waiting inside. "You're Darnell's cousin?" "Yeah, but we don't talk." The officer looked at me intently. "When's the last time you spoke?" I stared back. "Months ago, dude. We hate each other." He slammed his hands on the table. "Did he ever mention Mrs. Smith? Sheila?" I shrugged my shoulders. "If he did, I wouldn't know, because we don't know." They exchanged a look I couldn't read. "We're trying to understand why Sheila was targeted." I had nothing for them. Less than nothing. Diddly squat. They let me go. Lunch came. Nobody touched their food. Mr. Smith still hadn't returned. Sheila was in surgery. Rumors were spreading like wildfire. She might not make it. Then phones started buzzing, one after another. A wave across the cafeteria. Someone held up their screen. Another drive-by just happened. Chester High School. A teacher got shot. Chester was 15 minutes away. 2 shootings, 2 teachers, same day. The atmosphere in the air was electric. You'd swear Juice WRLD came back and was performing in the cafeteria with how everyone was buzzing. I pulled up the article. The teacher shot in Chester High was Mr. Jeffries. My stomach turned. I knew that name. School barbecue last spring. I saw him talking to Sheila by the drink table, standing too close, laughing too loud, his hand brushing her arm. I didn't think anything of it then, but now I couldn't stop thinking about it. I got pulled back to the office an hour later. "Your cousin again. Did you know he was friends with anyone connected to Mr. Smith?" I furrowed my brows. "I told you. He could be friends with LeBron and I'd have no idea." "We don't speak." The detective studied my face for a long time. "All right, you can go." I stood up and walked out the door. On my way back to class, I saw Mr. Smith. He was here, not in the hospital anymore. He was heading straight for the office. His eyes were red. His knees were buckling. He looked like a man walking into his own execution. Back in the classroom, I couldn't focus, couldn't think. 30 minutes passed. Then we saw Mr. Smith come back into the classroom. He didn't look at any of us, just waddled to his desk and packed up his things, stuffed them all in a cardboard box he pulled out from under his desk, like a cartoon character with hidden storage space. He didn't look at anyone, didn't say a word, just walk out the door. We all rushed to the window to see him getting in his car. He drove away. The classroom stayed silent. School ended. I went home, couldn't sleep, kept checking my phone every few minutes. Sheila was still in a coma. Darnell was now in custody, the shooter's name being withheld. Then morning came. My phone exploded with notifications. I opened the first one. Local teacher found dead in apartment. Apparent sewer slide. Mr. Smith's face staring back at me from the screen. I dropped my phone and didn't pick it up for an hour. The full story came out 2 weeks later. The shooter was Terrence Smith, Mr. Smith's 19-year-old son from his first marriage. Terrence and Darnell had been best friends for years. 3 weeks before the shooting, Terrence found messages synced to his dad's iPad. Texts from Sheila's phone. Explicit messages between Sheila and Mr. Jeffries, a KA, Mr. Smith's best friend. They'd been sleeping together. When Terrence found out, he never said a word to his dad. He chose to handle it himself by shooting both Sheila and Jeffries. Apparently my cousin Darnell was just in the car, didn't know what was happening until bullets were flying. And Mr. Smith, he learned everything in that office. The affair, the betrayal, his own son pulling the trigger, all at once, in 30 minutes. He went home that night and watched LeBron highlights for the final time.